Hello,
Hi, Mel.
how are you? I'm very excited to have you here.
Thanks for having me. So,
And so you can introduce yourself and
okay.
tell a little bit about your story
hmm
first.
So, my name is Edna. I'm 48 years old, and I currently live in Aveiro. Um, both my parents are Portuguese, but I was born in the US. So, I've always felt a little bit out of place, both in Portugal and the US. It's kind of like I didn't have a national identity, so I always felt like an outsider anywhere I went.
Okay,
And I guess that's how all of my stuff started.
like to feel like insecure or in out of place.
Yeah, I feel like I'm too weird or too awkward or not Portuguese enough or not American enough to be in the US, not Portuguese enough to be in Portugal. uh And I was always scared of being judged or having people look at me funny, so I would always try to fit everyone's box of what I was supposed to be.
Okay.
Like back then, and now I don't feel like it's an issue, but back then people would be like, "You need to finish school, and then you need to go to college, and then you have to
Oh
get
yeah.
married and have babies."
Yes, that the process that I think every woman goes. The people
Yeah.
are always asking us more than we are giving,
And you
right?
need to do this, you need to do that, and if you want to be considered perfect, or I don't know, like people always want to achieve perfection, and I don't think it exists.
No, it doesn't.
um and so I kind of knew from a young age I didn't want to follow that. And so I started having all this anxiety and panic about it because I didn't want to let my parents down either.
Mm-hmm.
um and and when I got to university, that's when everything bad started to happen.
Yeah, you went in Portugal or in United States?
Yeah, I came to school. I came here at a young age. My parents sent me here when I was 5, so I started school
Okay.
here. But I used to go back every year because they were in the States. So at a young age, being brought to Portugal and dumped here with people I didn't know. I didn't speak any Portuguese
Oh
or
my
anything.
God, it must feel very lonely.
It was awful for me. Like, and all the kids would make fun of me because I didn't speak Portuguese that
Oh
well.
my God.
And my parents just left me here and they went back to the US. And for a long time, I resented them for
Mm-hmm.
that. So that's another
Yeah.
thing that kind of
Yeah,
gets me.
it's trauma. It's trauma when
Yeah.
you're a kid.
And for a long time, I didn't forgive them. But then, like when I had my kid, I started realizing, okay, so they did all of that because they just wanted the best for me, and you don't realize that when you're going through it.
Yeah, but the problem is that I also have some my traumas from childhood, and today I also think that they did the best they could. But even like if rational, like if you think you understand, oh, that's why. But what you felt in the moment when you were a kid is still in you. That's the
It's
problem.
still, yeah.
Yeah, the
Um,
feelings.
but it's like, I don't know, like recently, I don't know if it's like, I don't know what happened. Maybe because of the near death experience I told you about
Yeah.
earlier. Um, it feels like I came back different, like I'm not the same person. So I look into myself and I see the little kid and I'm like, it's okay now.
Yeah, that's really
And
important.
yeah, like how bad anxiety and panic I used to have before, it's kind of not there anymore.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
because I think one of the hardest thing is deal with anxiety from trauma because I have it a lot. I'm very anxious. I think that's it's all my problems come from is from my anxiety and because of trauma. So when we try to get better, you need to get into that trauma and feeling that you had, and you have to embrace that little you that
Yeah.
yeah, you have to embrace and kind of like because when it happens, we feel as a child that it's our fault somehow, right?
Yeah.
And we need to release that.
Yeah, that's a thought I had like a few weeks ago was like forgiveness isn't easy when you blame yourself.
Oh,
Right.
that's great.
Yeah, I can forgive anyone for anything, but when it comes to forgiving myself, it's always the hardest, right?
So
And
hard.
I think it happens to everyone because
Yeah.
we're always the hardest on ourselves.
Yeah, I think I have so because of my addiction, I have so many regrets and so much guilt, especially because I have a daughter, and I would kill for her, but I could not stop drinking for her, and that's really really hard to remember. But I have been trying to look at guilt and shame for another angle. Like if I'm feeling so guilty for something I did or I didn't do, is because it doesn't align with what I believe. So guilt can become something for growing, and forgiving yourself than to just be punishing yourself all the time, for whatever you did. And we all have regrets, I think. It's part of
Yeah,
human beings, yeah.
it's true.
And I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Sure.
Um, what's a chapter of your life that most people don't know about that you have, like just for yourself?
Oh, wow. Um, I don't know. I think I've always been pretty open about everything. Um, Maybe this last chapter of like because I've been living in Aveiro by myself for a while, but like my parents knew about what was happening and my health issues. Um, I don't think most people do know that like it was really bad that I pretty much died for like a minute or two. I don't know.
My God.
With the pulmonary embolism. It was weird because I went to the emergency room and
Hmm.
they already knew my history with anxiety and they sent me home. Oh, that's an anxiety attack. And it was already the blood clot that I had in my leg and it traveled up to my lungs. And I went to the emergency room at the public hospital twice. They sent me home saying that I was having an anxiety attack. And like I couldn't stand. Like I would stand and I would fall. Like I was
My
pretty
God.
much dead. And my sister took me to Hospital de Luz,
Hmm.
and that's where they figured what was going on. They pretty much saved my life, but they sent me back to the public hospital because they didn't have the CT scan working.
Okay.
And I came back and they did that. They did the CT scan, and then I don't know what happened. Like, I was in the scanner, and then I woke up in the bed, and the doctor was screaming at me, "You almost died." And I'm like, oh my God. I still have nightmares. I still wake up in sweats hearing the doctor screaming that. So
And
I don't.
then it's when you decide to do the surgery.
Yeah, that's when the whole thing, that was 5 years ago. I don't think my mom knows how bad it was.
So maybe that's it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think
because
anyone knows. Yeah.
sometimes when we're going through a hard path, or I have the tendency to close myself and not reach out. When I was in my addiction, first of all, because I felt shame, and I didn't think anyone could help me, so I just kept it to myself.
Well, I had the opposite experience when I was going through the prescription drugs and alcohol phase of my life. Like when stuff got really bad, all my friends disappeared. Like no more friends for Edna. So pretty much I have one friend right now that I normally hang out with, and that's it. And I met the friend I have now, I met like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I've been pretty much on my own. But my philosophy now is like put myself out there and try to meet new people and do different
Mhm.
things. For example, yesterday I went to Pilates for the first time.
And
Yeah,
you like it?
I did. It was quite nice. So my friend was like, "You're gonna die. You're gonna die in Pilates."
Yes,
But
because it's very hard actually. It doesn't look like, but it is.
yeah, it is hard, but it was okay. I thought I wouldn't be able to walk the next day, but it was fine. It was okay. I think I'll do it again.
Yes, you should. I think it's good. Exercise is always good. And so let me see. Is there a relationship you lost that still stays with you?
Oh yeah. Like at my job, I had like what I used to call a work wife, and it was a girl, but we
Mhm,
were like like we were like it was like the best friend I ever had, and we used to hang out and do everything together at work,
mhm,
and stuff, and we would talk a lot about our lives. And then she got promoted,
mhm.
so she was above me, and then she kind of tried to get me fired, and it was so
Oh,
disappointing
really?
for me,
Oh my God.
yeah, that kind of like knocked me further down. I
Yeah,
was really sad about it for a long time, but then, you know, I still feel it because I didn't expect that. But yeah, I don't know.
yeah, it's complicated, but she did it like for no reason.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I have
And
no clue. I guess some people, they just surprise you negatively sometimes and positively other times, but this this one time wasn't such a great experience. But she ended up doing me a favor, because then I was moved to a different part of the company, and it's much better for me now.
yeah, so sometimes the bad things happen and then
Or
turns
yeah.
out in a better way. This is something that I'm really figuring it out now in life, that sometimes that exactly what you didn't expect or didn't want to, it can shape your life in a better way. And I think for my addiction was that I need to get really bad to change completely my life, because if I didn't get to that place, I would not to start therapy and would not have like become the person that I'm becoming now.
Exactly. And with this project, you're gonna help more people.
Yeah,
Um,
and there's so many stories, and especially women, they reach out to me more. um, and it's crazy how many women are struggling, and a lot of them that I talk too. It's about addiction,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not just about, for me at least, about addiction like in a substance. It's addiction sometimes in a behavior and the way we treat ourselves and we talk bad to ourselves. And I experienced that my whole life,
Yeah.
and it's so difficult to live life like this, like you're punishing yourself like all the time.
Yeah,
uh,
always that little voice in the
the
back of your
little
head,
voice,
yeah,
yeah.
saying you're not good enough, you can do this,
Yeah,
don't even try. Yeah,
and
I
and
know
I
it.
I think sometimes, especially when you're an addict, people say, and I was talking about this in one of my videos, that people say, "Oh, just see the beautiful things, just see." Of course, that's the goal, but at the beginning, you can't. You need more than that. You need
Yeah,
healing. You need to get close to your trauma and why you're doing that. Because how you said you had an addiction problem with alcohol and prescription drugs, and then you stopped that, and then you went to food, but the behavior is still there, right?
it's still there. Yeah,
And
because I had the alcohol and prescription drug problem, but then when I found out I was pregnant, I stopped because I didn't want it, affect
of course,
the baby,
the
and I
baby.
was like, okay, this stops now. But
And
then
then
I didn't deal with it, I didn't go to therapy or anything, so I just kind of filled the hole with food,
yeah,
which
because
is bad.
the funny thing is that I think most of people that use drugs or food or whatever addiction is to feel connected. Because I remember when I drank, I felt connected to myself. Exactly this the first sip, I felt immediately, oh no, now I'm connected to myself. It's which is crazy because it's the opposite. But it was too hard to sit with myself and go through emotions. So I rather escape.
Yeah,
And for me, it was also food a long time ago. And then I didn't treat it, and then we went to alcohol, and my behaviors, like acting like I was 15 years old, being 40 something.
oh,
And
I know.
so I had to address all of that. And but one thing that I was thinking about today, I have a friend, and I met her in rehab, and yesterday she had to go back to rehab because she relapsed in her behavior, and she's my best friend, and I it was so hard on me. I was so sad for her, but also because that feeling comes back, that feeling that, okay, I can't handle the world, I need help. I'm not
Mhm.
handling my own life, and that feeling of losing control completely. And I remember that was the worst feeling I ever had. And we do relapse. It happens a lot sometimes, not in substance or food, but in the way that
We think.
we act,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking that today I'm a little, when you're not super happy and I'm not super sad, I'm kind of numb.
Yeah,
And I think that sometimes this feeling when you are in recovery is one of the worst.
it is. When you don't feel anything, like you
Yeah,
want to feel something, and that's when you go and try when you
yeah.
do what you shouldn't.
And then that's when you decide, no, I need to do something exciting, and then or drugs or alcohol or food or whatever, or sex. It depends on. on the person. And so I definitely remember drinking because I thought that it made my life excitement, like I'm living the life, you know,
Yes.
I'm going out. And I think it's important to talk about those feelings when you are sober, when you are in recovery. You will have those days that is not like that you want to do the drug or whatever, but you feel like there it's difficult to find like a meaning or something that excites you.
Yeah, I have days like that too still. Um, but like I just put on my headphones and I go for a walk and I cry
Yeah.
and I look like a crazy woman walking around crying. But it's how I process things.
I was much better than be like binge
It's
eating or
Yeah, that's why I
using
leave the
drugs.
house so I'm
Yeah.
away from all the stuff that I could use to you know
Yeah,
uh
you found a new a
a
healthier.
different way to escape.
Yeah, I usually I usually go to my studio to paint, and then I stay the whole day there, like doing art or whatever, but just to get out of the house and get out of my head. And but I think this is common for everybody.
Mm.
Um, and I have another question here that I think it's important, and I think about it a lot. Is that what do you believe now that you didn't believe when you were younger?
Wow. um that I could be someone that I like, because
That's
I
right.
didn't like myself before. Like I was the type of person that I wouldn't hang out with now, you know?
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's deep.
Yeah. So I didn't think I would ever be grounded or anyone worth knowing. And now I don't feel like that anymore.
You feel more connected.
Yes.
Yeah, because sometimes it's the self hate. It's not even a self hate. It's like you don't know yourself, right? For me, especially now that I'm doing the videos and doing the interviews, then I have to watch myself. And it's so funny because I see myself in a completely different way than when I look at the videos, and a worse way, in a more um, low self-esteem way. And so those videos and interviews actually are really helping me to find myself. And now that I'm closer to myself, I think I can sit with myself more, like with no drugs, no alcohol, nothing. Just sit with my feelings and love myself and like myself, even when I have off days.
Yeah, with me, it was like I told you about the string of bad. I have the worst taste in men, and so I would always try to be the person that they wanted me to be. So it got to a point where I wasn't myself. Like I didn't even know who I was or what I liked. Like if they told me you like bananas, and I would, yeah, I love banana and I hate bananas, for example.
Mhm.
um it was stuff like that.
It comes from, I think, the longing to belong,
Yeah,
to connect, and I think that everybody that's hurting is searching for connection.
that's so true. Yeah, definitely.
With whatever it's your addiction, We want to connect with people. And I think the good, if you're gonna use social media for a good purpose, that's a good purpose to connect with people, and
Yeah.
that's the main thing that I'm trying to do, and so many people are doing, and trying to build a community or that we can talk about, and I can talk with women for anywhere. The feelings are the same. It's the connection that we need, that we search for. Is that hug? Is that like I know what you're going through. I'm here. It's mainly that. And when I got out of rehab, I was feeling really like lost and afraid to relapse and afraid of life. And then I decided to went back to art school.
Mm-hmm.
And that when everything started to turn, because then I met friends, and then I met my partners that I have the studio, and then I started to do the interviews, and then I started now the podcast, and then my life started to shape in a way that I'm proud of now, and that we can change, right? We
For
we
sure. Yeah.
we can develop and this connection with ourselves, but you have to do the work.
There's no easy fix. That's true.
It's not just talking here, like I said in my last video, like a year ago when I got out of rehab. If I would think that I would be like talking to women and putting myself online, I would never be able to do it there, and, where I was at that moment, because I was not ready for that. So it took to do like all this work, and finding meaning, and being more comfortable with myself to start to really change or build a new life. It's not like this, right?
It's not, it's years of, I still have a lot of work ahead of me too. I know that. And I don't think we ever stop, you know?
No, I think we are always evolving.
Yeah,
And sometimes I'm so tired that I'm like, okay, I'm good now. I don't want anymore. I don't want more therapy. I don't want to develop anymore, you know. And because it's hard work.
it is.
No, sometimes I have therapy and I say, oh my God, I have therapy. I can't believe that. I'm good. I'm done. But we're never done. There's always something. And it's funny because sometimes on the days that I think I have nothing to talk about are the best ones,
Yeah,
because then you go deeper. But sometimes I am like, I don't want to go deeper. Like, it's good because it's hard. It's
it is.
hard. It's not easy.
Mm.
But it's worth. I
It
think
it's worth
it's
it, yeah.
it is really worth it, right? And you start to feel a little bit, even when like you're pissed off, but you're pissed off as your true self. You're not pissed off on for others. Sometimes you're pissed off, something happened, you don't like it, you're sad, you're mad, but it's in your own terms, like it's your own feelings. It's not because of the other people, you
Yeah,
know and so it's much different than being pissed off because of other people's problems and behaviors, right? So I have one question that is a little bit more uplifting. What do you still want to experience in life?
everything. So like having this second chance at life, it's like I want to do everything, but I'm taking baby steps.
That's important.
Yeah. So I'm just putting myself out. For example, today in the evening. There's like this cafe that's a bookstore, and I think I'm gonna go there because they have this candlelight reading session. So I'm gonna go
Oh, that
there.
sounds cool.
Yeah, because I used to. I don't do it as much, but I would write poetry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't do it as much now. I'm trying to get back into it, but it's like my ideas are kind of fractured still. I'm still trying to
Yes.
figure everything out.
Being an artist is not easy. Sometimes I go to the studio and then I'm the whole day there trying to paint, and I'm just like, I'm not an artist. I'm giving up. You know what I'm thinking, and then some days is really good. So you have to
Yeah.
keep trying. And poetry, I think writing for me would be something very challenging.
I do it mainly in English.
Yeah,
Like
me
I told
too.
you before, my ideas flow better in English. It just sounds better. It sounds better to me in English. Like when I try to write in Portuguese, it just sounds weird. It doesn't sound like my voice. I can't
Yeah,
explain it.
it's weird because even myself, I'm from Brazil. I live in Portugal, but I've been living in a lot of countries in my lifetime with my family, and I feel more comfortable talking in English and expressing my feelings in English than in Portuguese.
Hmm.
And I also think I can reach more people in English than in Portuguese. That you have to put the subtitles, and people don't like to read subtitles, so they don't have patience for it.
Yeah.
So when the person can do in English, for I think it's better for me at least. You can reach more people. But I'm the same. My thoughts in English makes more sense.
Yeah. For me, it's the same. Yeah.
And let's see, I have one last question for you. What part of yourself you had to fight to keep or fight to let go? Like something that you had to fight or to keep, like, I'm not giving this part of me to anyone, or to
Mhm.
let go, like, I have to let go because this is not good for me, or both.
So, like most of my life, like pretty much all of my life, people have told me you're just too much, too intense, you're too much, stop it. And I would kind of like you know try to dial it back. And
Okay.
but it wasn't, I wasn't being myself, and now I just go full on crazy Edna. I don't care. You either like it or you can go away.
This
So
is the
that's
only good thing about getting older, I think, is that freedom,
yes.
right?
So yeah, that's a part of me that I'm not willing to shut up again.
Okay.
Um, the other part was something that I had to let go of.
Yeah, that you had to because it was not healthy.
Yeah, so for me it's overthinking. I usually say I'm a
Mm.
professional overthinker.
Oh, me too.
I analyze every little thing, I nitpick, and I try to pull everything apart that people tell me, and I try to decipher like it's and there's nothing there to
There's
decipher, you
nothing
know?
there.
So yeah, I'm still learning how to stop that part of my brain. But it's getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, you getting. You seem like you're happy and excited about new things in your life.
Yeah, for sure. Cause like even almost being 50, because I'm gonna be 49 next month. And it's hard starting over from scratch at such a late stage. But it's doable. You can do it.
And and
I'm
I, and
doing
I,
it.
I think there's a silver line, like to start over if you don't have nothing pulling you. You know, if you're free. I think there's a silver line in that. It can be a good feeling, like, okay, I can do anything now. Like
Exactly.
what,
Yeah.
like you can have many doors, like what doors should I open? And not many people have this option. Sometimes people are like stuck in a marriage or stuck with because of financial problems, stuck on a job. And if you have this freedom to choose what you want, that's a privilege.
It is for sure.
Yeah, and
I always had help from my parents, you know, they were always there. They always had my back. So that's why I'm in the position I am now. Cuz if
yeah.
it weren't for them, I don't know where I'd be right now. I have to be honest.
Also, that's lucky enough, that to have parents that care. It's I always say also have a family that support me and through addiction, through everything, and we are lucky, very
We
lucky.
are so very lucky.
So, is there any more message you want to say to everybody that's gonna be listening?
Sure, don't lose hope. You can do it. Just
Yeah,
breathe, baby steps.
baby steps and reach out, right?
Yeah, it's asking for help is there's no shame in asking for help.
Yeah, I think it's the opposite. I think it's brave to
Yeah.
ask for help. Okay, so it was so nice to talk to you, to meet you,
Thanks.
and
No, it was nice talking to you too.
okay, and then have a nice day, a nice weekend, and we keep in touch, okay?
Okay. Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.